Thanks for tuning into my podcast. It's not really a podcast, just my video camera covered up with a sticky note that I have colored black. Today, I'm going to be talking about Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead to the rest of us. So, to start off, here's some background info. It starts at midnight, when the gates of heaven are open on Halloween, or October 31st, for those of you that don't celebrate this rockin' holiday. It lasts until midnight of November 2nd, and obviously starts on the 1st. It is most popular in central and southern Mexico, but is also celebrated in other Latin countries. Fun fact, this has been celebrated for about 3,000 years, which means it dates back to when the Aztecs did all their super scary rituals that we learned about in geography class. Now, let's be real. What even is this day? Well, it's when the dead are allowed to come back and visit their families. So the kids return on the 1st, and the adults return on the 2nd. So what does that mean exactly? That means that families set up these altars, or they really look like shrines, and they're fantastic, in their homes for the returning deceased. And what do I mean by shrine? I'm so glad you guys asked, even though you really didn't. You're going to have to listen anyways. By that, I mean that they set out foods like pan de muertos, drinks, toys, cigarettes, obviously for the adults, flowers, candles, and the beloved pictures of the deceased. It's the whole works. There's nothing that goes unnoticed. They have such beautiful, they're like mantelpieces, just massive. So the entire thing, it sounds super expensive, right? Well, surprise, it is. Some families save up a couple of months of pay because they believe that setting all that stuff out and welcoming the deceased back into their homes will bring them protection and prosperity. So, what else do these people do? Let's imagine a festival in your town or in the nearest city, and then put it on steroids, turn up the music, and increase the people. So there's lots of music, there's lots of dancing. The people, they have this awesome regalia. I've seen pictures of girls that have, they're almost like bouquets of flowers on their heads, these like white dresses. The kids, they have their faces painted. It's like Halloween plus 2 days. So, speaking of these face paintings of skulls, in America, we associate Dia de los Muertos only with these sugar skulls or face paintings. So these skulls are obviously sugar-based, and they are very, very ornately designed. Not so much anymore because factories, they can mass-produce them, and it's not really a craft anymore. So, fun fact, these sugar skulls were brought to Mexico in the 17th century by the Italians, and lucky for the Mexican population, they had an abundance of sugar and could produce a ton of these guys and incorporate them into religious festivals and celebrations. So here comes Dia de los Muertos, where the skulls represent the deceased and have their names engraved in the foreheads. Strange, but also totally cool. And they're put on the altars inside of homes and on the headstones at cemeteries. So since we're talking about the cemeteries, let's talk about what happens in them on the last day, or November 2nd, the last day of the festival. So there's a celebration, surprise, surprise. This is a big happy-go-lucky 2-day thing. So there's live music, there's games, they clean the cemetery, they clean the headstones of their loved ones, and they reminisce with the people around them and with the deceased. So all in all, Dia de los Muertos, sorry for those of you guys that don't want to listen to this, by the way. It's a strange, exciting, super happy, not morbid at all festival for the dead, which is nothing like we have anywhere in the United States. So hope you guys learned something, and don't forget what it is next time.